Hello and welcome to Cooking with Marjorie. So today I've got Lucy and George helping, and this is a salad that Lucy does, which is absolutely delicious. Sweet potato, kale...
Yeah, almonds soaked in soy, feta, caramelised onions.
Yeah. Yum, yum, yum. Okay, so I'm going to watch, I think. Go ahead, Lucy.
Okay, so first I've peeled my sweet potato and I'm just going to chop them into bite-sized pieces. And whilst I'm doing that, George is going to peel and then just slice the onions because we're going to put them on a heat and we're going to caramelise them. So we'll both just get chopping. And then this salad you can kind of add whatever you want really. You can use butternut squash instead of sweet potato. And then the kale I would recommend because it goes nice and crispy. So it's quite a nice addition, adds a bit of texture. But you could add like halloumi instead of feta or any kind of cheese really. Or you don't need cheese. And then the nuts, again, is a texture thing. So you could probably add any nut that you have available. So I'm just cutting these into kind of chunks. You can do them smaller or bigger, kind of, it doesn't really make that much difference. I'm going to do mine a bit smaller just so they take less time because we're eating slightly later than we wished. So, yeah.
I'm going very slowly on these onions.
And then once you've chopped these, we'll just put a bit of oil, salt and pepper, and then just put them in the oven on 180.
Right, I'll give you a pan now. Just put them on a baking dish.
Yeah.
Perfect. Right, George, do you want some help?
You can help me because I'm being unbelievably slow, as per usual.
So,
George, you could, you could also start preparing the kale as well. So with the kale, you just don't really want to have the stalks. So I don't know whether this kale has, some of it doesn't have the stalks already, but some of it has those, so you kind of want to avoid those.
Lucy, how many onions are we doing?
3, because they're quite small.
Yeah.
And also when you caramelise them, they shrink. They shrink quite a lot.
And just an olive oil?
Olive oil, and then at the end we're going to add a bit of sugar and a bit of balsamic vinegar. Okay. We're going to add around just under a tablespoon of, a teaspoon of sugar and a teaspoon of balsamic. Again, it depends on how many you're cooking.
Yeah.
But that should do the trick to give them a nice flavour at the end.
Lovely.
In terms of removing the stalk from the kale, are you just talking about the main end bit?
Yes, you just want to pick on really
Over here, there's so many. And so shall I get the frying pan on?
For the onions? Yeah, so you want it on like a low to medium heat, and then you just want to add some oil. Yeah, probably about a tablespoon of oil. And then add the onions. And then with the kale, I'll show you, but we'll just put it again in something similar to what we're putting the sweet potato in. And then just put a bit of oil and salt and pepper.
And sorry, I'm slicing, not chopping.
Slicing, yeah. And then I think the kind of most yummy thing about this recipe is the dressing. It's like a tahini based dressing.
Oh, it's so good.
It's so yummy.
So good.
It really is delicious.
Me and George have found a middle way with eating salads now that created this dressing.
That's right. Adding hot elements to the salad.
So I'm just putting olive oil over the sweet potato just to kind of cover them, and then some salt, pinch of salt.
Using all the kale, Lucy, or
Pardon?
all the kale?
You probably don't need all of it.
Yeah.
And pepper.
Joint effort here. Very good. I must say it's been more fun cooking during lockdown with other people.
Yeah, I've definitely been more experimental than I would normally have been. Okay, so I've covered all the sweet potato in oil, salt, and pepper. Just kind of cover it all, make sure each piece is covered. And then I'm going to pop that into the oven because this takes 40 minutes to cook. So I'll put that on, and then what's the time now? 1:30. So yeah, 40 minutes. That should kind of, once that's done, everything should be ready anyway. And then I'll do the dressing. Just washing my hands. So. I'll just run through the dressing now as well. So what I'm going to do, get a bowl, and then I'm going to add the main part, which is the tahini. And I'm going to add, I'd say a small tablespoon worth, because this spoon isn't quite a tablespoon. Put that in there, and then four small tablespoons of oil, and then you want, say, half a spoon of soy sauce, and a tablespoon of honey, a small tablespoon, sorry.
The best dressing.
And then
you've got to try this.
A lemon goes in as well.
Can you just squeeze in the
My hands, yeah. And then with this dressing, you do want to try it as you go, because I can never get it right first time, to be honest. You want to taste it, and then obviously some people want it more or less of a certain flavour. So.
You don't add any water or anything?
I'm going to add water at the end, yeah. So that because tahini is quite sticky.
Yeah, it's quite thick.
Yeah, you kind of want to loosen it up a bit. Otherwise, it's also tahini is so strong.
Yeah.
You don't want it to be. Yeah.
Then it's sugar and things inside.
But George tried tahini by itself once because he didn't realise he hated it. Thought he loved it and he hated it. So I'm going to just initially start with 2 tablespoons of water, and then I'm going to give it a stir and see how it's doing.
And so the onions, to caramelise the onions, just on low heat for.
So yeah, I mean, you kind of base it on what it looks like. To be honest, you want them just to completely soften. And once they're softened, that's done. So
and then we add the sugar.
And then so for the last, when they look pretty much done, add the balsamic vinegar and sugar, and then give it another stir, and then you can take it off the heat and they're done.
Lovely. And with this kale that George is
Expertly produced.
Sorry, of course, that's what I was going to say.
That's what you
That's what I was going to say. Expertly produced.
Yeah.
Is that the right sort of size?
And you kind of want to break it up. I mean, we're going to then cook it, but I think you want it to almost.
Like this sort of size?
Yeah, I mean, you kind of want to be doing this.
Right, okay. And do you want to take out the middle stalk altogether then?
I mean, it depends on how fussy you want to be, because it doesn't taste that nice, but you can also just get people who are eating it to just
also, it gets crispier, doesn't it? What we're trying to do is create crispy kale, so that stalk's probably not great. Okay.
So you want to take the stalk.
Sorry.
So you
Taking the stalks out.
But you can just do it now with your hand though, can't you? So you're just essentially just taking the leaves off the stalk. And you cook, how long does the kale take?
So the kale, you put it in the oven with the sweet potato, but it only takes about 10 minutes.
Alright, so you do it right at the end, so it's nice and crispy.
And that, what we'll do, we'll put everything else together, and then add the kale once we put the dressing on at the end, because then it's still nice and crispy.
I think that's what's fun with the sort of warm salad, is all the different textures that you get.
For sure. That's what makes it.
Yeah.
Doesn't feel like a salad.
Yeah.
Coming along nicely. Okay. Add a tiny bit more tahini. As I said, it's kind of taste as you go. Those are the main elements. I'm going to add a bit of soy sauce. Again, if you don't like salt, then I wouldn't add too much soy sauce. But these guys love soy sauce.
Yeah, we like soy.
We like
soy. There we go. Right, well this looks better. I think that'll be more.
There
Sorry,
you go.
sorry, sorry, George.
No, you were right.
And then again, the other thing, I don't know if I'm going to show you, just chopping up some feta and then you can sprinkle that on at the end. Just cut it into the bite-sized chunks and then you can add that on.
Got your almonds as well, haven't you?
Yes, what do we do
Yeah,
with
so with the almonds, you put them in a pan and then you put about a tablespoon of soy sauce. I'll show you, I've got this one.
Alright.
So you can put, again, I love having the nuts in it, so I always use loads, but you can choose however, if you don't particularly like nuts, then it doesn't, you don't have to put too many in. And then you put them in the thing and put about a tablespoon of soy sauce, and then you cook them on like a low to medium heat, and then they basically get like a nice crispy layer of soy around the outside.
So you could get that already way
So you can do these
beforehand as
now,
well.
yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
How long do you cook it for?
Yeah. Again, I would say it's probably about 5 minutes, 5 to 10 minutes, depending on how hot you go. So I can turn that one on.
I'm going to taste the dressing.
Yeah, it's not quite perfect yet.
Very good.
Yeah, might add time more.
Yeah.
But I think we can pause for now, and then once everything's...
And then we'll come back.
And then so with the kale, as I said, oil, you want to make sure the oil is all
Should we do that
massaged
now?
in. Yeah, we can, that's ready. And you want to make sure all of the leaves have got oil on them, but you don't want it to be too wet, I guess. It's you basically want them to crisp without them kind of going too wet and soggy, yeah.
Do you add salt with the kale as well?
Yeah, salt and pepper.
Pepper?
That's the pepper.
Go for it, George.
Yeah, do you want to add it? My hands are
guys,
burning.
yeah, I can do this.
Yeah.
There we go, and then salt. Get a pinch of the nice salt. Cool. So yeah, we'll come back just at the finals once we put it all together. And so you'll have this done, as I said, about 10 minutes. The dressing done, cut the feta up, and then you've got the almonds and the onions, and then you just mix it all together.
Perfect. Yeah. Thanks, Lucy.
No worries.
Well done.
So there's delicious smells now in the kitchen, which is fantastic. So now you're essentially putting it
Literally just
together.
putting it all together. So I'm using spinach as a base for the salad, just to bulk it up. Spinach is quite a good one because even when it gets hot, it's still yummy, whereas some leaves can get a bit gross when they get wet. So I've used spinach, and then I'm going to my sweet potato.
Ooh, good.
So that's done, and then so the kale. I don't know if you can be able to hear this, but it's gone nice and crispy.
Oh yeah.
So I'm going to leave that just for now.
Some of them are still. Do you need to crisp up a bit more?
I can leave it in there whilst that's just together. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then so I'm going to start with putting the sweet potato on.
Oh, I love sweet potatoes.
So good. And then I reckon the caramelised onions. So yeah, for the caramelised onions, I said I added just over a teaspoon of balsamic vinegar and just over a teaspoon of sugar, about 5 minutes to the end.
Like that's what smells so delicious.
Yeah. I'll put on that side as well.
Moving up.
Now Lucy's made this salad for us before and has added things like charred sweet corn.
Yeah, that's a yummy one to add.
You did it with squash as well, roasted squash instead of roasted sweet potatoes.
I do think sweet potatoes got
The
the best
best.
flavour, yeah. But maybe I'm inspired. So now I'm going to add the almonds. You can see they've gone a bit dark, and that's the soy sauce coating. I'm going to sprinkle those.
And that adds a lovely salty.
Yeah, and like a nice crunch as well.
Yeah.
And then the feta, which I've chopped up. Again, you can use as much as you want. So I used like just over half
And that's very pretty.
a packet.
Having that.
Go.
Perfect.
So yeah, you just have something looking like this, and then you add the dressing.
So you're just drizzling that over.
Yeah, drizzling it over, and then I'm going to give it. I'm going to.
You're going to toss it or?
Yeah. I mean, it doesn't make it look as pretty, but you want to make sure everything's covered.
Yeah.
And also you want to make sure you've got the right amount on it.
Yeah.
So then you literally just mix everything together. I think it looks like it's got enough salad dressing on it.
Yeah.
I'll leave the rest on the table.
Because we love it.
Mix it together. And then I'm going to put some salt and pepper on. Again, a sprinkle of salt.
Yum.
And then I'm going to end with the crispy kale. Yeah, and as Caroline suggested with the kale, because you want it to stay crispy, once you put the dressing on it goes soggy. So it's quite nice. I might almost keep it on the side and people can add it to their own plates. So mix it in. What do you think?
I think put it on the top. It's so pretty. Just yeah. And leave some and we can
Yeah.
use it. Yeah.
Okay.
Perfect.
Cool.
Oh, perfect.
All done.
That's it.
Thank you very much. Thanks, Lucy.
Enjoy.
I'm really
No
looking forward
worries.
to this.